Why is Savannah James the trophy wife? I got a couple clips I'm gonna play.
As the ESPYs honor LeBron for breaking the NBA's all time scoring record, I decided I wanted to tell you what I think. I think LeBron James is the baddest mother. Mom. That's on me. That's on me. My bad. I think LeBron James is the baddest to ever set foot on a basketball court. Nobody works harder, nobody cares more, and nobody has done more for the game of basketball than LeBron James.
Right.
But Braun puts the time in. Same thing with Tom. Tom
Yeah.
put the time in.
Right.
And you heard him say, I heard Braun talking the other day. He said, yeah, I get a lot of credit and, I've done a lot. He said, but the person that sacrificed the most is my wife.
Mm.
She has the toughest job.
Remember I said that when we forgot what show that was?
Mhm.
Yeah. I know. I see. I'm glad. I'm glad that you said that.
Mhm.
You see, because that right there is where we trying to get you, huh?
What?
We trying to get you to find that significant other, so you can go down that same path of righteousness and having that guidance that you don't understand. You think you on the right path, but you'll never
Ocho.
be on that. What?
Ocho. But the
Yeah.
difference is you have to understand Savannah's been in LeBron's life since she was 15.
But this is the thing. This is what you don't understand. That wasn't God's plan for you. God wanted
No.
you to find your Savannah on the back end. He
But
wants you
here's
to
the-
find your Savannah on the back end.
But you have to be, you see what Savannah says, look, I'm okay with being in the back.
Mhm.
I wanted to be a wife
Mhm.
and raise the kids.
Mhm.
Go get that. I
Mhm.
got you.
Yeah.
I'm holding it down over here.
Mhm.
Ocho, you don't see Savannah trying to be in the front.
Right.
You don't see Savannah. She ain't on IG like that.
Yeah.
She ain't out there talking about, I'm on a private plane, I'm on an island. And to
Mm.
each their own, to whomever doing that.
Right.
But I'm saying she is content with letting
Mhm.
LeBron be out in the front,
Mhm.
doing what he needs to do. She said, baby, I got the kids.
Yeah.
I got Bronny. I got Bryce. I got Zuri. You handle that. I
What's-
got this.
Why is LeBron James' wife, Savannah James, idolized by so many men as the trophy wife? I'm gonna go ahead and go to you, Trail. What are your thoughts about it, man?
I want to start off by saying that I don't think that she's doing any more than your average awesome wife, right? Your support system. She has to be more careful and more conscious of what she puts out there in the world. But as far as duties are concerned, I'm sure there's plenty of things that she doesn't have to do because she's with LeBron James. There are certain ways that you have to conduct yourself, which is a lot more difficult. But as far as working, I don't think she really has to clean up like that or cook like that. LeBron used a bunch of chefs and everything else. So a lot of that is easier. But to her credit, why she gets the credit that I do believe that she deserves is because with that much that she has to deal with being in the limelight and not ever being tempted to jump into it. Like Aisha Curry's terrible to me. That's another perfect example, right? When you see her lusting after a dude who gonna come out with his shirt off, like she took her little wedding ring off, and I'm like, damn, Savannah never would have did that, right? Or you watch other people's wives who are going out there with half dresses on, and you know what I mean. She still does sexy to an extent, but it's never like, oh no, like, look, why are you showing them all that? She knows how to conduct herself. She knows how to stay out of trouble. She knows how to represent him in the way that you would want your wife to represent you. So that's why, because she seems more wholesome. She's not out there. She doesn't come off as the chick who had a bunch of bodies or a former hoe. Like you don't see any of that out of her. Or I could be wrong, but I would seriously doubt it in her case, and that's pretty much where it comes from. It's from her just conducting herself the way that she does, from her being a good mother and being a good representation of the family, because it's part of it. It actually affects his livelihood. Like a lot of people know that your endorsements are directly connected to your to how you're perceived by the public. And having a wife like that is only going to help the situation for them to look like they have a nice, wholesome family. When you see a lot of other gentlemen out here, a lot of other entertainers for who they pick as wives, they're horrible. And for him to have chose her at such a young age and be able to maintain it, they put in a lot of work. And they should both be commended for that, because for them to last as long as they did, you don't see either one of them having any scandals ever. You don't hear about any affairs. I mean, there's never been anybody who's ever came. Of course, they're going to talk about celebrities no matter what, but nobody's ever came out with anything that was any type of solid proof to say, look, this is what these people are doing. So I could understand why people. I'm not really big on idolizing, but she should be commended and she should be respected for what it is that she does and what she represents. When you're looking at all these other entertainers and what type of women that they end up with, she's way above what they're doing.
Go ahead, brother Hank.
I disagree with Trev about saying she's not doing anything different from any other
What?
brother. And the reason why, because the expectations that's been put on her is way more higher than the average anybody. You know, she has 3 kids, 2 boys who are participating in extracurricular activity, both participate in basketball. And so she has to make sure that she's able to not only be there for her husband, but to be there for her 2 sons and still maintain that, I'm sure, a good and a good close relationship with her daughter. That's a lot. That is a lot. You know, dealing with a son that plays AAU ball like my son did, and I just had 1 child doing it. I couldn't imagine having 2 different, sons doing that. And granted, they play on the same team, but still, one's in college now, and you still have to maintain some type of relationship with him and make sure you're still involved with him so he don't feel like he's being left out. Just because he's off in college doesn't mean he's not still a child and still not need the attention that he needs. You know what I'm saying? So still maintain that, still maintaining the relationship with her daughter, and as obvious, showing her daughter how to be a lady. The young lady, the daughter seems like she's carrying herself like a young lady, and especially with all the temptations out here, she knows to play her role. You know what I'm saying? She's playing it well. She's not trying to put herself out front just because her husband is the most popular and one of the best players in the NBA currently as we speak. She's still not trying to take the shine off of him because she realized, I know where my bread is butter, so I'm going to continue to maintain this back seat and let the money keep flowing in and let him handle things because he's handled it all the way in a professional manner, and she just plays a secondary role. So with that being said, and her doing that, man, she's above average.